Good afternoon. Today is the 21st of October and I'm here at Langley Prestige, which is near Chelmsford in Essex. Simon, who owns Langley Prestige, is a channel viewer and has offered me the opportunity to film this 2001 BMW E39 M5. This car is absolutely wonderful. It's in very, very good condition. The reason why we're inside today is because the weather is dreadful outside. I don't know if you can hear that weather, but it's very bad. So the lighting won't be the best in here, unfortunately, but at least the car is dry and at least I won't be getting wet, which obviously is not my favourite thing. The E39 BMW is actually one of my favourite BMWs of all time. I know sometimes these have wiring issues, and Mr. Coleman, rubbish mechanic, keeps talking to me about the colour of the wiring in the E39 and some of it being biodegradable being a bit of a problem, but you know, I think these are just wonderful cars. This is the post-facelift car. In 2000, the Angel Eyes facelift was introduced, which you can see it's got different headlamps from the earlier E39s. Got a massive air dam on this car. One of the things you can do, actually, I don't know if this is just if you're a trader or if you're a general member of the public, is look up a sort of BMW build sheet for this, and there's a lot of equipment fitted to this car. The alloys, I'm not entirely sure if these are original, but they're certainly period correct. I know a lot of M5s came with silver alloys. Presumably there were lots of other options available, you know, because BMW like to provide you with options. And in 2004, this was replaced with the E60 M5, which I know is a bit of a controversial car. That's not necessarily the most reliable thing in the world, but these, I don't think, in comparison, are too bad. This is actually a one-owner from new car. Simon has just told me that possibly in the future this car might be for sale, but at the moment he is just enjoying it. It's done quite low mileage, it's about 70,000 or something. The boot actually goes quite a long way back. Quite surprised about that. I don't know if the seats in this fold, it looks like they don't. We do have the original DVD-based GPS navigation system in here. Up here we've got the original toolkit. I've got to be very careful with this because that might actually just fall down if I'm not careful. Well, that's how you do it. Okay, very carefully. Yeah, one of the spanners I think is missing. The warning triangle's still in here, and the towing eye is definitely here. We've got two towing eyes for this. That's interesting. Right, let me shut this back up and then we'll continue. The colour that BMW called this is it's called it black, but it's actually a non-metallic blue. It looks very black in the lighting inside here, but it's actually I'd call this blue. Massive quad exhaust pipes on the back, rear parking sensors, which you probably need, and of course these lovely rear lights. I do like the styling of this car. I always have liked the styling of an E39. When I was 15 or so, I went on a German exchange trip to Bavaria, obviously not too far away from where this car was probably made. And the father of the family I did the exchange with, he had an E39. It wasn't as fancy as this. It was a 520, but nevertheless, I do remember these cars very well, and they are justifiably very, very well kind of loved and sought after these days. The interior is pretty good for the age of the car. This car's 2001 and it's got all sorts of things. If I put the key in, and I think you have to push the clutch to start the engine, so that's what we'll do. Let's make sure we're not in gear. I don't believe that we are. No, we're in neutral, so we'll just start her up. Sorry about the fingers on the lens. You can actually see this car's got a soft limiter, so if I would have revved that too high, I'm not going to rev it too much in here. Might get Simon to come out later and so we can actually hear the noise of the engine a bit better, but I've actually got a soft limiter in this car. If I just turn the lights on, One thing you don't get in this car is actually automatic headlamps, which is quite surprising. But yes, 75,000 miles. All kinds of other things in as well. Just turn that off, it's a bit loud. You've got onboard computer, GPS navigation. I think this isn't a touch screen, so I think you have to operate it like so. There we go. GPS navigation. And someone who lived somewhere else, I don't know, that's maybe not someone who lived, it's probably just where they went. It's not the most sort of user-friendly by today's standards. I mean, I haven't got a clue, for example, how on earth you actually go back in this system. But it's all here. If we go to FM, I'm sure that will bring up that. Yes, thank goodness we're muted, so it's not going to be a problem. But yeah, surprisingly, this is a little bit confusing to use. You have to sort of kind of move this around, and it's on this side, and there is actually a television that won't work because the analog signal in this country was switched off by 2012. But we have got dual zone climate control down here. If I turn the key a little bit further, there we go. You can actually see we've got on different zones here. We've got heated seats as well. I think they're 3-stage heated seats. Yes, they are. Isn't that fantastic? We've got the park distance control, which is for the front and rear parking sensors, and another sport button, and a proper manual gearbox as well. What a car. I'm not going to be driving this particular car at the moment. We've got other things we are going to be reviewing at Langley Prestige that you will maybe have already seen on Tweed Jacket Reviews. But I am just very impressed with this driving position. We've got, if I just close the door a little bit further, we've got all sorts of controls here for the mirrors and the electric windows. Of course, we've got rather nice leather on the door cards, sort of brushed metal finish here. It feels like real metal to me, and nice quality materials on top of the doors. You've got memory seats here as well, electric memory seats. It's hard for me to show the controls without getting out of the car, but you can see the memory controls here. Just like on an F10 5 Series, which is the other 5 Series I've actually reviewed on the channel, the accelerator pedal on a manual car is right over here. It's most unusual. Actually, I'm used to having it about there, but it's right over here, and it's a floor hinge pedal. It's classic BMW. That, of course, is a boot release, but you can also use the button on the boot itself. Got storage down there for 20p. Nice conventional handbrake. I do like conventional handbrakes, viewers. And we've got a little storage compartment. Maybe you could fit CDs in there. Obviously, the change is actually in the boot in this car. I can't remember in this one. I think there's a tape player underneath here. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There's a cassette player in there as well. That's brilliant. I love that. Isn't that fantastic? Let's have a look at the glove box. It's nice and spacious, actually. Passenger airbag, of course, in this car. Funnily enough, the vents are actually in the doors themselves as opposed to the dashboard here, which is interesting. Quite a lot of steering wheel controls for the time. Cruise control, of course. That's for the stereo, and I believe that's for a hands-free option as well. I don't know what these are for. I'm not entirely sure. Because it's a sports car, we've got an old pressure gauge as well. In the instrument cluster, of course, little service lights there, which tell you when you need to service your M5. Again, classic BMW, and the whole dashboard is actually angled a little bit this way towards the driver. Wonderful. Right, viewers, I am very pleased I'm not filming outside today because it is just sort of tipping it down even more. But anyway, we've got this luxurious rear cabin. If I just get inside, I've not could think of a driving seat actually correctly for me yet. Probably a little bit too far forward for me to be comfortable, but that's just for demonstration. That's absolutely fine. Got little lights in the corner there. Isn't that nice? Nice, lovely, lovely leather. Two-tone leather in this car, and rear compartment vents, which, you know, I think is like nice noise the doors make as well. Ashtray down there. I'll have to open the door again actually because that's a little bit dark. Oh, yes, there we go. Ashtray in the rear. That's an unusual thing to find in a car from 2001. Mat pockets, of course, and a lovely, lovely, lovely soft leather centre armrest. 3-point third seat belt in the back. One thing I do remember from my time in Bavaria. It is quite a dark cabin, but you know, this headlining of things does suit the car, and there is an electric sunroof in here as well. You can't really see it very well, but it is there. I think it's time we looked at the engine. Oh, viewers, look at this. BMW M5. This is a 4.9, or sometimes known as a 5-litre V8 engine, developing 400 brake horsepower. In fact, one of the press cars, I think, for the M5 that was driven on Top Gear, one of the Jeremy Clarkson videos back in the day, was T400 BHP. As I said, the front end with the angel eyes and the headlamp washers. Huge, big kind of places for, I think those are both places for filters or ECUs. I don't remember exactly which. It looks like it's actually got 2 air filters at the top. And 2 down here as well. Unless I'm wrong. The battery of these I know is somewhere else. It's, I think, underneath the rear seat in one of these. Not a lot of room to work on anything in here, but you know, if you can afford to run an E39 M5, then you know you could probably afford for somebody else to maintain it for you. And yes, there's a battery positive thing that will run into the back where the battery is. BMWs of this era often did have batteries in funny places. My mother had a couple of 3 Series Tourings, one of 2005 and one of 2010, and the battery was underneath the rear seat in those. Right, let's close that and maybe go and get Simon and ask him. He wouldn't very kindly mind starting her up for me whilst I'm at the back. Oh, viewers. Oh, she wants to go. She wants to go. Oh, yes. Excellent. Right, apparently the battery is actually not underneath the rear seat, it's actually in the boot. And if you want to see what the battery looks like, this is a spare one that Simon's currently charging. It's absolutely huge. So there we are. I suppose if you are really interested in how with this car, you might be able to twist Simon's arm if with the right sort of money. I'm not going to tell you how much it is because I think this car is quite valuable these days, viewers. Then you can visit langleyprestige.co.uk. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more excitement from the trip to Chelmsford. Don't forget to like this video and to leave a comment below. And I've got a website, www.lloydvehicleconsulting.co.uk, and also a Facebook page, facebook.com/Lloyd_Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Also Instagram, instagram.com/Lloyd_Vehicle_Consulting. And thank you again to Simon for the privilege of filming this car today.